Joining me now, our Northern Australia correspondent, Matt Cunningham. Well, Matt Cunningham, no wonder Labor kept those numbers under wraps.
Well, they went to great lengths to do that as well, Peter. I mean, this announcement today should come as absolutely no surprise to anyone who's been following this issue closely. It was in 2017 that the former Labor government released its roadmap to renewables report and said it was going to hit 50% renewable energy for electricity generation by 2030. But all along the way, there were signs that this policy was an absolute disaster. In 2020, the Independent Utilities Commissioner put out a report saying that this target was unrealistic, if not impossible, and that trying to achieve it would be both complex and expensive. At about the same time, the government commissioned its own report into the potential cost of this policy. We applied for that report at the time under Freedom of Information, and when we got it back, 116 of the 118 pages in that report, everything but the front and back cover, had been completely redacted. I think we got a bit of clarity and a bit of transparency around this issue today from the New Country Liberal Party government, and that figure that you heard from Gerard Maley there, the Deputy Chief Minister, that even now we're only at 20%, and if we'd continued down this path, the cost would have been another $5 billion by 2030. Remember, we've already spent God knows how much money trying to achieve this. So I don't think anyone who has followed this closely would be at all surprised that this government has today scrapped that target.
And you got to 20% renewables. How reliable is that 20%?
Well, that was the other problem that we were encountering along the way, because the more renewable energy that was going into the system, the less reliable the system was becoming. Now, the Labor government for a long time had a one-for-one payment for the feed-in tariff. So people who put rooftop solar on their homes were basically getting $1 back for every dollar worth of energy they put in. So there was a huge uptake of rooftop solar. The problem was it was causing all sorts of problems for the people who were trying to keep the lights on. So the more people who were putting rooftop solar on, the less stability there was in the grid. Lo and behold, and far too late, the government then had to come out and say, look, we're scrapping that one-for-one feed-in tariff. We're reducing it to about 30% of what you were getting. People scream blue murder about that because they don't understand the way the system works. But even the Labor government that was pushing ahead with this renewables policy knew that the uptake of rooftop solar was happening so quickly that it was about to cause a blackout. And there are reports that show this as well. There were those issues all along the way. We've also got 3 massive solar farms that were built during the last few years. They actually sat there idle for several years because they were unable to import power into the grid, because if they had have done so, the Power and Water Corporation knew that would trip the electricity system and cause blackouts as well. So, I mean, it's just been a total disaster from start to finish. And I'd say that most people who know anything about electricity generation are very happy today that this policy's finally been put out of its misery.